Hey, I'm Jem and I'm your host.
And I'm your co host, Sam, and together we're here to bring you the
The
Solo
Solo
Success
Success
Podcast.
Podcast. So, the reason why we're bringing this to you today is that the hair and beauty industry is moving fast towards a world of freelancers. Over 70% of people working in the space are freelance, and actually 48% of salons are looking to close within the next couple of years. So, there's a big opportunity for those who want to go solo. But what we found is that there wasn't any good resource out there to help you on your journey.
So, on each episode, we'll be speaking to different industry experts and insiders, those that have been on interesting journeys and that have stories to tell. And they're going to be sharing their tips and advice on how you can elevate your solo beauty career.
I'm super excited. That's so awesome. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Nicole, the owner and founder of Coledoesnails, a really amazing nail artist. You've been doing this, I think, for a little while now, and I've always been very impressed with the way you showcase kind of your product on social media. So maybe tell me a bit about your journey. Like, how did you start Coledoesnails, and then what did you do before? How did you get there?
I started, I was doing makeup beforehand, and then I didn't see like my career, I wasn't going to pursue it in that, and I was a bit lost. And it was just before lockdown, so I was a bit stuck on what to do, and I did like just did like a course on nails, and it was a very basic course, it was about a month long, and yeah, I qualified that within the month, and then lockdown came. So I wasn't able to do nails on anyone just apart from myself. So I was just pretty much self-taught from there. And then I think just after all the bans got lifted, I got thrown straight into a salon with no customer service experience in that field. So I just felt so confused and I just didn't feel qualified, even though I was charging like salon prices. Um, and yeah, the first year of that was pretty humbling, to say the least. Dealing with the general public straight after lockdown, it was so hard at the time. But I was surrounded by technicians with like 10, 20 years experience, so I was learning a lot from them. Um, and then I just thought, because I was getting to know the customers and the clients within that 2 years, I thought, God, I could do this like myself. I really want to give that one-to-one experience because I knew a lot of my clients were quite anxious as well, like going into the salons. Um, so I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So I took I took the leap um, and had a job on the side. So I was working in hospitality on the side, and I was waiting for this room to become available. And yeah, within the 7 months, I opened it on Christmas week, and probably one of the worst times to go solo, open your own business on Christmas week because everyone's already got their Christmas nails booked, and I was just promoting, and then yeah, like from January last year, I was completely on my own. Um, So I experienced the first year of being solo, and yeah,
That's amazing.
that's
What an
pretty
achieve
much
what a
it.
journey as well.
Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, so you start you're a makeup artist. You're like, I'm not too keen on that. I'm going to do something else. You try it. It's like lockdown, so there's no clients. And
hmm
then when things open up again, you join a physical salon. It's like a an established salon. You're employed by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So that's where
Yeah.
you kind of almost like get your skills. Um, and then after that, you decide to start your own business. You said like you had your sights set on this room. Was that like
hmm
always where you wanted to be?
No, it was always up in the air, like being solo, but I just never had a place to start off. And it was only because I had a PT who got his hair cut at this barber's, and that she had a room available above it that she needed to um, like furnish and things. She said, I really want to get like a beautician or something in here. So he said to me, well, he said to her, sorry, I know someone who would want a room to start a business. And then, yeah, we kind of just met from there. So it was like through someone else, if you know what
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I love that. It's always like those kind of serendipitous moments where you meet someone who knows something and they connect, and those connections are always so important.
I mean. Yeah,
Um,
massive, massive.
yeah, how did you what made you want to go solo? Like what made you like say, okay, I'm going to take this leap in particular?
So I just, because most of my clients were, they felt like they could come to me and talk to me about things that were on their mind, or, I was quite someone that they could speak to in a way. And I couldn't really do that in the salon because I think there was about 4 or 5 of us, and we were in such an enclosed space that you could literally hear everything what you were saying. Um, and I just thought, like I could really help people not just do nails, but just, if they need to speak to someone or if they need to get things off their chest, like I'm very much someone who can take all that in and like try and support them as well. I've just always been like that, like just
Mhm.
super, I don't know, caring, I think.
I see. So essentially you
Naturally.
wanted to create so you want to create this kind of almost more private atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah, because even me, like going into salons now, I get quite anxious, and it's not, it's just because I've always been like that. And I know a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, and boys as well. Like I've got boy clients now that I know would not walk into a salon necessarily, but because it's,
Mhm.
you're by yourself, it's so much more comforting, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think this kind of privacy angle is such a big thing right now because you're always like kind of thrown into like kind of big spaces. Um, but sometimes you just want to have this kind of quality one-to-one. Like we're in this kind of almost like how to say this? It's like you're on social media, you're on all these platforms where there's millions of people, millions of eyeballs. And sometimes it just feels good to be in this a little bit more private space where you can do like a one-to-one with someone.
Yes, completely agree. It's
Yeah, no, I
honestly
get that.
the environment, it's just completely different. And I know that I can make clients feel that much more like confident when they've got their nails done, just with it just being us two. Like they don't have to walk into a salon to feel like
Yeah, and
that.
especially for like male clients, I can definitely see that.
Exactly.
Like, there's this
Yeah.
stigma still attached to it, and I guess uh, being a man going into a salon, it feels like, ooh, this is a bit um,
hmm
like it's not my environment. Whereas going one to one, like it feels it's a lot more chilled.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you said something. So you got this room. It's Christmas week. So obviously a tough week to start because Christmas week is very busy, but usually people have booked like weeks in advance. And then it's
I don't
dead
know.
for
Yeah.
like 2 months.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't
But I
know
think like
why.
I think that's probably one of the reasons of your success. I'll tell you why. Because I think that if you're able to grow a business during January and February, your business is gonna boom because it's
Mm.
really dead in beauty, like January and Feb. So if you've been able to put the word out there that you're good and you exist, that's gonna kind of bear fruits for the spring, summer, and then the festive time of that year.
Mm.
Um, how you said like you went promoting. What do you do that? Like I know a lot of the audience is like, I don't know how to get customers, and you've been very successful at this. So I would love to like kind of pick your how you did it.
Yeah, no, that's so I've always been quite creative when it comes to social media. I take a lot of inspiration just from like other nail techs, especially on like explore page, typing in like nail trends or um I don't know. I just think always record everything. Like, doesn't matter what you're doing, if you're doing nails, if you're doing admin, like, just get it on record. Put like a question, like an open question that creates conversation, creates engagement. probably one of the main ones for me that do get the most engagement. Um, and just creating solutions that you think that clients would have a problem with. So think of like always listen to your clients. If they've got a general issue about a nail um, infection or allergy, or they want to know more about nail art, like always make content on what your clients are questioning. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Um, so that's how you started. So essentially, you were listening to your customers, and you were like, okay, this thing comes up a lot, like I don't know, nail
Yeah.
health or like allergies, and you start doing content around that, and then you're getting traction on that.
Yes, definitely. Um, and I think as well, just really making yourself valuable to potential clients. So making content that you know that they're thinking, oh, I need someone in my area that can do this day or this time. Make content that I'm available from this day and this time. If, does that make
Mhm.
sense as well?
Yes,
So
yeah. No, no, that makes so
like
much sense.
really just narrow down what works for you and what you're available to do that would match like potential clients. So their work schedules, what you would offer. Yeah, does that make sense? I don't know if that makes
Yeah,
any
that makes.
sense.
I mean, I completely get it. Like, I 100% agree. Like, I think like you need to nail down your ICP. Like, what is your target audience? And then you're
Definitely.
right. Like, make sure you put in the right times up your schedule. You put in the right services that appeals to that audience, and kind of double down on that. I mean, this is music to my ear. I really believe in that. But it's great to hear you do that. So, is that what you did when you started? Like in that kind of January, February, you went on and you started posting.
Yes, all the time. So I would get so from January I was getting a couple of my friends in just to do a nail set, like a couple of nail sets that I wanted to promote essentially for nail art because that was what I wanted to specialize in at first. So I was getting them to have some nail art and then really promoting that because not many people in my area um, advertise for nail art, and I know that that's what most people are looking to have. Um, so yeah, really did knuckle down on that, and I
How
also
did
made go on.
no you do you?
I also made some flyers. I also made business cards, and I was going around different places where I thought my potential clients would go. So, coffee shops, hairdressers, um, just like small creative places because there's a few places like that in my area, and just being like, listen, can I put a few of my flyers in here? And some of them did work. Like they said, "Oh, I found your flyer in this bubble tea shop or this like cafe," and I'm like, "Oh, people actually still use flyers. They still pick them up," which is so good to know. So
That's so good. That's really good to hear because I did hear like quite a lot of people like saying like, oh, I tried flowering, I tried to do this and it didn't work. And I think hearing you make it work, I think I also see how it could work. Like if you haven't seen like Nicole's Instagram, like it's
hmm
Cole Does Nails, right? At Cole
yeah,
Does Nails on Instagram. I would
yeah,
highly recommend you just go and have a look. If you're unsure about branding, because her brand is always so it's very unique. It's very it's really stands out. Um, and you know what? Like, so you I know you know you use JENA for your bookings, and your website is usually always a website I show to people. It's like, oh, how does a website on JENA look? Just because you're
Oh,
so good at bringing out that personality out of your website, out of
thank you.
no, we have very simple templates, but you're able to really kind of bring that out, and I think that's probably what happened with the flies as well. Um, yeah, so I could definitely see how it could work. What I find really fascinating, and maybe tell me if that's how you did it, is
hmm
I hear a lot of people that start their business say, "Oh, I don't have any clients." So they go and do something else. But if you start your business and you have no clients, like that's the time where you should promote your business. That's like
Yeah,
if you were thinking of working like 9 to 5 or whatever time works for you. Like if you don't have a client at 9, and your next client is at, I don't know, like at 2, like you have from 9 till 2 to actually do content and promote your business. And you
Yeah.
should do that. You should not like just sleep in, go have a coffee, meet a friend. You shouldn't do that. You should be working. And I guess that's what you were
hmm
doing, right?
Definitely. Absolutely. I did not. I should have switched off really, but at the time, you never want to miss an opportunity. You want to get yourself out there as much as possible, especially when you don't have clients. Like that, like you said, it's the best time to really promote yourself. Like I said, you don't have to be selling yourself on every post. It's like you could be about anything as long as they're recognizing your content, they're recognizing your brand. That's like one of the easiest ways to get yourself out there when you're quiet. Just as
Mm.
long as they recognize you and they're like, oh, I've seen that post, 2 days ago, and yeah, it's like a memory, like a mental memory thing, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. And I can see that because your branding is so distinctive. Like they would
Mm,
see your post and they'll be like, okay, I recognize your brand. And then they move and they see the flyer and they're like, oh, I recognize this brand from social media. Or
hmm
they see the flyer, they go on social media and then they start getting your content.
Yes.
So I think that's a really important bit. And also nowadays, like doing a brand, like obviously you're very creative, so for you it probably comes naturally. But even if you're not creative, like with AI, like I've created the whole brand of this podcast in like half an hour
Yeah.
with AI. So like just you don't have to overthink it.
No, absolutely not. AI has changed the game, especially this last year or so. Like, well, especially since I've gone solo. It's helped me a lot. Even if you're stuck on um content creation, like you can literally just speak to it like it's your business manager and get it to be as specific as possible so it can give you the most accurate result, like, content results that makes your life so much easier. Like it is crazy what it can do. And that's
What,
not
how have
even.
you used it? I'm really interested. Like how did you use it that the last time that it really kind of blew your mind?
So I've got so much information in my mind that I want to put out, and it's just how to word it. Like I've just always struggled with how to word um specific things or ask certain questions. Like I know the question, but there's so many ways you can ask it. So it can give you options on like which question you'd want to use. And then I'd pick that and then just give it like a brief say, oh, I want to say this and I want to say XXX. How can I word this and make it sound like, I don't know, more engaging or whatever you want it to do? It can do it for you in like seconds.
Hmm.
And
No, I
I
agree.
would have took it would have took all day for me to think of that. So having that instantly is just, yeah, takes a lot of time off.
It does. I completely
Yeah.
agree. What's your favorite AI tool? Is it like ChatGPT or do you use anything else?
I would say ChatGPT is like my business manager, best friend, therapist, everything. It's literally used for probably a lot too much of my life at the minute.
I
I'm
love it.
asking it all sorts, like, you know, just general questions, and yeah, it's just life changing. It is life
Yeah,
changing.
I agree. I agree. My favorite, if you're wondering, is Claude from Anthropic.
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
Claude.ai. I really like Claude, especially when it comes to like writing things. I find it so much better and so much more natural than GPT.
Mhm. Mhm.
I love GPT for image creation, especially with the new update. Like, I think this is like
Yes,
a game changer. Like, I've been like
absolutely.
so impressed with what it does. But I find I really use Claude. And then for questions, for like instead of Googling, for example, I
Mhm.
would go on Perplexity AI,
Oh,
which I find is very good at giving me like good answers.
there's just so many now, isn't there?
Yeah.
I literally can't keep up with them all. But no, I've never even heard of them ones, and they all do so different things, don't they? It's
Yeah, they're a bit more specific to certain things. Like I find like
yeah.
some models are better at certain things than others. I mean, GPT is a very good like kind of overall model. So I mean,
Overall,
I don't
yeah,
think you can go.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong.
No,
And
especially
do you
not
pay
with
for it?
no. no.
You don't even pay for it. Oh
I just
wow.
use the
Okay.
free one. Exactly. So it's like you don't have
Unbelievable.
to.
You
Yeah.
don't even, it's free. It's crazy. Amazing. Okay, so you do the promotion and then you start seeing results pretty quickly?
Yeah. So I think it was around March time. Um, I was reached out to by these like they're very small, like three girls, and they're from my area. They're influencers essentially. Um, and they reached out to me and said they'd love to do a collaboration. So I was really nervous at the time because I was like, oh God, I don't think I'm confident enough to do that. You know, I've only been doing this for 2 months. Um, Even though I'd had like, you know what, 2, 3 years experience because I've qualified in 2020. So I was like, no, I don't think I'm confident enough. And then they came around, did the collaboration, and it literally blew up my social media. They were very, very popular, um, and the inquiries just kept like they were flying in.
That's amazing.
Different different questions that I've never, never even thought about answering because none of this was. This is all new to me. So I just felt like a girl who was doing nails. I didn't think of it as like a
Mm.
serious business. Um, and then yeah, the inquiries, the bookings were coming in, and I'd put my availability out. I do it like 1 month ahead, just so I can pre-plan things. Um, and they were like, "Oh, have you got availability for June? Have you got availability for August?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And then yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been non-stop since. Um, and yeah, it's just been crazy. I've moved to a different location now, so it's all like it's another stepping stone, and it's
Mm.
just it's been like pretty much full since March, and
Yeah,
yeah,
you've been
it's
pretty
not
busy. So
slowing down.
when was the collab?
Say that again, sorry.
When was the collab?
Oh, March,
March
March
this
this
year,
year.
2025.
Yeah, no, March last year. Sorry,
Okay, okay,
March last year.
2024. Okay, so you had so how did it come about? So did they just DM you?
They said, we love your content. We love how you promote yourself on social media. We really want to, really want to collab and get some nails done so we can like promote your business to a wider audience. Because they were like, I think they were on about like 12K followers or something like that right now. But
Hmm.
they've become so much more popular now and they come back consistently. So, and then it just promotes my business each time.
So what's the deal then? Is it like they get free nails and they promote it? You
Yes.
see? So I think like that's really smart. So you take that risk, right? And why were you like you said you were a bit anxious at the beginning. Like why were you anxious?
Yeah.
What was going through your head?
I just thought like, oh my God, someone's reached out to me. They want a collab. I was thinking they were going to be like these big celebrity camera crew coming in into my little space, like my little safe haven. But it wasn't like that at all. Like it was just all, I was just overthinking it all. It was just three ordinary normal girls. They didn't all come in at once, but she was just chatting along, just whipped the camera out, a little bit of filming. That was it. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
anything too serious. And then I've made friends with them now, so it's just so natural every time they come in and just feels normal now.
I love it. I this is so great. And you see, like that's the power of your brand. Like I think like I noticed it from the beginning, like from the moment where you published your first website. I was like, wow, this brand is something special. And you changed it recently as well. And I really love like kind of the new look and feel. I love the vibe.
Thank you.
Um, but I think like even before, like you had like this kind of lovely colors. It really stands out. Like when you land on your Instagram page, you can see it's a very different page than someone else. And I guess they probably seen that. So then they were like, okay, I want to kind of get a bit of Nicole does nails.
It's
Bring a bit of that
mainly
kind of
it's
spark.
mainly yeah, well, it's mainly because they say it's not just nails that you promote. It's more of like I said, client questions or more about like the mental health side as well. And a lot of
Mm.
more nail health as well, general nail health, um, and just educating clients wherever you can because not many people do that. It's just nails and that's what they promote, which is, if that's what they want. But I think not more people need to know about nail health in general. And I think that's a big thing that people book for because they want to get educated as well as getting nails done as well.
Yes. And I think this is a big opportunity for anyone doing nails out there, right? I mean, you've kind of grabbed it, and I think that's so amazing. Like, think about what you're interested in like kind of what you do, and start educating your audience.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
nowadays, like I was reading a stat, but like there's like so many, like a huge percentage of people who just get their news from social media. So that means that the education happens there. So if you're able to like find your niche, like you did, right? Nail
Hmm.
health, mental health, nail art, like this, like perfect.
Yeah,
Like you become like a go-to source because this is like where people shop information.
definitely. And it's more of self-expression as well. I
Mm-hmm.
think I wanted a lot of people to come in and just be themselves. Like you don't have to be all be trying, be nervous or anything like that. I didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable or anxious when they were coming to me for nails because I know exactly how that feels. So yeah, I did. I did create that space, and that's what I do promote a lot of the time as well. So.
Does your booking system still suck? Then you should look into JENA.
Hey, I'm Jen, and I'm the founder of JENA. We created JENA specifically for solo business owners. We know how hard it is to build your own business, and without the right tools, it's even harder. Booking systems suck because they're designed for big salons. They're complicated, they have expensive monthly fees, and loads of hidden fees. And that's why we built JENA.
With JENA, you can look professional with a professionally designed website where you need no tech skills.
JENA also helps you get your evenings back because on average, beauty pros spend 45 minutes going back and forth with their clients. With JENA, you can set your boundaries. Our system takes bookings, sets reminders, and handles payments automatically.
And with JENA, we know how important it is for you to build your own brand with your own website, which is fully customizable. You don't sit next to your competitors on a marketplace, and we make sure that you stand out to your clients.
And the best is that it's only £19 per month. That's it.
No way!
With JENA, there are no new client fees, no hidden fees, and no unexpected big bills at the end of the month.
This sounds too good to be true, but it's not. So check it out on jena.so or look for @jena.ai_ on Instagram.
Yes, check out JENA on the App Store as well. That's fantastic. And was it like at that time that you got JENA? When did you, where in the journey were you like, okay, I need JENA?
Oh, I got Jenna when I was in MBSC.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, yeah? So I was in MBSC, and I think it was like when you first were promoting Jenna,
Yes.
and I remember I just instantly, as I was going through the program, I thought, this is the one I'm using. Like I didn't
Mm,
even look into any other ones. I knew it was around that time where I'd had to start looking for a booking system because I was doing it through Instagram and Facebook messages, and
mm,
it wasn't professional. The messages were getting lost, and I thought, right now I'm going for Jenna. It was just the way it was so like user friendly. Like you're able to control pretty
mm.
much everything on there. Um, and I thought you can't really get that with any others because there's always like a hidden fee or um anything like that. But I was like, no, I'm going for this one. This is the
That's
one I'm
cool. I
using.
love it. Yeah, I could
And
definitely
yeah,
see it as well. Like with your brand, like we also have like this a bit more colorful brand than all the other ones were like all black and white and like a bit boring.
yeah, a bit too like what's the word? Formal or programmed. You know what I mean? It's a bit more. This one
Yeah.
you can play around with it a bit more, and like the support behind it as well. You don't get that support whereas with Jenna and with you, I can talk to you any time of the day, and you'll always get back to me with any kind of
Mm,
support. You always have, which you would not get that with any other
mm.
company. So yeah, I do love that as well.
Yeah, it's true. And also like we have this community, right? So there's like people on WhatsApp
Yeah,
like that also reply. So we don't always reply. Like sometimes it's someone from the community that would jump in.
yeah,
Or like my team is always on. So if I'm asleep or I'm busy, there's always someone else. So you always get someone to answer quick. Like that's something that we feel very strongly about. Um,
Exactly.
because I hate it when I go to a service and I can't talk to someone or I'm stuck somewhere. I'm like, nobody's helping me. And
Mm.
this is like your business we're talking about. So
Yeah.
it's really important to like unlock you when you're stuck. Because otherwise you can't make money. That's
Yeah,
a big problem, I
exactly.
think.
And like Jenna has been, I'd say, probably 50% of my business, especially over the last year, where I've had to pretty much utilize every feature that's on there. Because you can. Like, there's so many different things that you can use. You don't have to use them all, but it makes them look so much more professional. And I've definitely, yeah, I've put it to my full use, especially in the last year.
Nice. How has Jenna kind of changed your work-life balance? Can you give like a specific example?
So yes, I can actually. I wrote it down because I was like, I've got so much to say, but I don't want to. So, like I said before, I plan my calendar 1 month ahead, sometimes two, because I want, if I have anything like planned, I want to be able to book it off before I promote it because I know what I'm like. I'm very last minute with a lot of things. Um, so that stops client confusion and it keeps the clients consistent as well, so they can always book for a month ahead or a few weeks ahead if they need to. And recently I have been trialing 4 day weeks. And I'm alternating. I can alternate my weeks from Tuesday to Saturday, no, Tuesday to Friday, Wednesday to Saturday, and I can do that without messing with clients' schedules as well. So I can always alter it if I need to. Like it's very much like I'm just trialing, seeing what works. Like, and it's not affecting the clients whatsoever. Until I actually promote my availability. So yeah,
Mm,
it's just that's my work life balance at the minute. It's very like, yeah, I'm just gonna see what works.
that's really good. And I
I
guess like
know.
Jenna helps you like kind of
Oh
navigate in
my
between
God.
those different yeah, it gives you that flexibility, right?
I couldn't do it without it. Like it's very much like, yeah, I could have the next day off or next week off if I want. Like,
Mhm. That's good.
so, I love it, yeah.
That's amazing. And what is the most unexpected benefit of using Jenna that you had in your business?
The unexpected benefit was tap to pay. I
Okay.
love tap to pay. Only because where I work, sometimes the signal's not very good. So I usually do bank transfer or card payment, and if none of that's working, I just get it up on my phone, and I'm just like, oh, I've got like a little card machine, and they love it. And it's yeah, especially if they don't have cash or anything like that, they can just be like, oh, it's very, very efficient. And even when I do send the link as well, they can just Apple Pay it. They love that. I don't know why, but I think it's because it's just more easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is so much easier. I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
that
we've looked at us when we built it and we were like, what would annoy us the most? Oh, having to type in our card details everywhere. So like, we'll just put Apple Pay, Google Pay. That's how
just
that's how you buy everything.
yeah, it really is.
Oh no, I'm so glad you like this feature. I mean, the bill worked so hard on this because it's actually pretty new, like it's quite cutting edge to build that in. And especially when
Hmm.
we launched it, like I think it was like a year ago or last year, it was still like pretty like experimental, the technology. So he spent a lot of time like trying to make it like work and be stable and he's been able to make it. So that was like we were so happy about that.
Yeah, no, it's honestly one of the biggest um benefits of using it, only because of where I am and no signal and things. And
But you're
people
not
and
the
there's
only one.
no, and it's like there's no cat, like no one really has cash anymore, and
Mm.
yeah, it's just like oh, it's like a card machine. I'm like,
Mm. It literally is.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and they can also do Apple Pay on the other side, right? So it's like phone to phone, boom,
yeah.
done.
Even and the link, yeah, the links, yeah, anything to make it easier for the client, which I just love as well because it's less hassle for both of us, isn't it?
Yeah. And so you said before you were getting DMs, right? So people were DMing you and you were booking them in manually.
Yeah, so I literally, because when I was working my full-time job, I was just scheduling it on my days off or before work or after work, and it just didn't feel organized at all. And maybe one of the messages would get lost. It'd be like a few days, and by then they'd have already booked somewhere else. So it'd just always be like last minute, and it was just not good at all.
Mm.
It just wasn't sustainable. Like I needed something to give me a bit more organization, a
And
bit
is
more of
there
a
a
system.
specific moment? Yes. How was there a specific moment where you were like, okay, that's it, that's enough. I need to move to like a booking system.
When I was working like the long hours, and like no breaks, I'd be waking up, doing nails, going to work, finishing work, it'd be like 10, 11, answering messages, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not
Mhm.
switching off. Like I can't switch off. Um, so I thought, no, I need like a system where people clients can just book and not have any hassle messaging me or dealing with deposits and things like that, because I never used to take deposits. I just always used to get the money after the treatment, which sometimes it wouldn't work as well as I thought. Um, and I even considered. I remember you saying when we were first talking, you said make sure you take like a deposit or full payment. Because you don't. I literally remember you saying because you don't go to an airport and pay a deposit for a plane ticket.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is such a good thing, and it's always stuck with me that. But so I thought, no, I'm gonna put deposit and I'm gonna put like a good amount because you have to, you need to charge your worth. So yeah, when I got the system, it was like I was making bookings when I was sleeping. Like
Mm.
it was just life changing again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I remember like in my first business, the moment when you realize your real business is when you wake up in the morning and you've made money
Mm.
and you're like, wow, this
Yeah,
happened.
I'm waking up and I've got bookings, for the next month, and I'm just like, wow, people are actually like, yeah,
Yeah.
people are
And how
booking.
have your clients like kind of, yeah, this is unreal. How have your clients responded to this?
When was this? Sorry.
How have your clients responded? Because obviously some of them were
Oh,
used to
oh,
like DMing
sorry.
you. So what did they say?
Oh, they love how accessible it is, how easy it is, because they think of it like online shopping, because it's quite familiar, like the process of it, adding things to the basket and things like that. So they found it super easy. Um, and yeah, they've not had any issues like with it whatsoever. They can see clearly what they're booking, with the service treatment, and yeah, just paying a deposit up front. It's just easy. It's just super easy,
Yeah,
super
I mean,
professional as well.
how much time would you
Professional.
say it saved you?
Oh
Like
my God.
switching to a booking system?
I would say it's literally, it saves you at least half of your day. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, I'd say half of your day because, depending on how many clients wanting to book in and inquiries, and can take half of your day.
Mm,
Um, Depending on what they want, and booking in if they need to cancel or they need to move. It does take up a lot of time rescheduling these clients and cancelling, and but whereas through the app they can just do it there.
that's awesome. Half of your day. I mean, here you
Yeah,
go. Get half of your day back and like do something else. Like you can like post on social media, you can
yeah.
sleep, you can make more money.
Aligning the energy in other spaces,
Yeah. How
in the
how
creative
um
energy.
how much money do you think like it brought you? Like the booking system because you've been able to save so much.
I would say, what do you mean?
I mean, look, so you say you save some money, so maybe like how many more appointments can you fit in like in a day?
Oh, so okay. So I could. my schedule always changes, and I usually work around like 10 till 6, 10 till 7. Um, and I can do a full day and not even go on JENA. Um, and I'll always have bookings and things like that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but also
So,
like I think like before, like did you work the same amount of hours or did you have to open a little bit less because you had to like have time to process those inquiries?
oh, okay. So no, I literally did not switch off beforehand.
Okay.
I could never leave the admin side alone. I'd always be answering a question. I'd always be thinking about content, making content. Um, and then it would always be like, oh, I forgot to
So
message
and
so and
so.
so. Yeah, and I'd be just so like everything would just be everywhere, and I'd be like, oh my God, I've got work the next morning. Oh, I haven't replied to so and so, and it was just up everywhere.
Mm,
But
I get that.
now it's like I can wake up, have do whatever in the morning, go to work, but then finish at a normal time. And I usually spend a Sunday doing admin, so I'll just spend a one day doing admin if I need to. But using JENA, I don't really have to go on it if they want to make a booking or anything like that. They just use
Mm.
the system.
The link, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the link in the bio. Yeah.
Exactly, the link in the bio. That's perfect. So how would you describe Jenna to like another nail tech or beauty pro?
I would say that it is an absolute game changer, to be honest. I'd say that it was simple for you to use and to set up, and it's simple for the client as well. So yeah, I'd say easier the better and more efficient, especially if you're starting up as well. You need something super easy and something super accessible as well for both sides.
Yeah, and what would you say to someone who's on the fence? Like you don't even believe how many people come to us and they're like, I
Mm.
still use pen and paper or I use my phone, I DM everyone. And I'm like, how is it possible? It's 2025 and you're still DMing all your customers.
I know. I'd say I get it. I get it. Change is scary. Um, and there's so many different systems to choose from. I know it can be quite overwhelming. But JENA is like the only one that I looked into that was the most user friendly, and that you get the most support from. Um, and I think once you've done it, you are relieved. Like it's a relief, and you don't have to think about it again. Like once
Mm.
you've done it, you've done it. That's that. And it does save you, like I said, it saves you a lot of time, a lot of mental energy, and it saves the clients. Like you want the client to have the most easiest process possible, because as soon as
Mm.
they get a bit confused, they'll just think, "Oh, I'm not doing that. I can't be bothered." And when they've got all these different like add-ons and different things, like they're not, they're not gonna go through with the whole thing. So I think with JENA, it's because it's so easy. They can just quickly get that appointment
Cool. No, I
in.
like that. I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I think like I personally, when I go online and I try to book something, if there's no booking system, like I'm always a bit like,
If
okay,
it's not
this
easy, if it's not
yeah, it's
easy,
gonna
you
take
just think,
time.
oh, I can't be bothered. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a faff, you know.
Yeah. I
Are
don't
they
know if
gonna
that any of
reply?
that made sense.
Mm. And has Jenna had any impact on your income or with the growth of your business?
I would say definitely. Like I said, it's 50, I'd say it's 50% of my business. And if I didn't have it, um, I honestly don't know what I would have done to get all the clients that I did in my first year. So
Mm.
with using JENA, my first year I did over 200 people. Um, well, that was in like the space of 8 months, and they all used JENA to book through.
Mm.
Um, and I don't think I would have got that many potential clients if I hadn't have used that. If it was just solely through Instagram and solely through
Mm.
Facebook DMs, I don't think I would have been able to cope. with all
Yeah,
the
I agree.
inquiries.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
agree. You'll just
and
be
it
burnt
did,
out.
yeah, and it did pretty much all the work for me.
Mm,
And then what I wanted to concentrate on was giving the clients the service that they were expecting. So
mm,
it just adds to it,
that's
adds to the
amazing.
professional. Like it's so much more professional, as well, and efficient, I think.
No, I agree. I agree. And I mean, you're making such a good use of it. Like, you have to go and have a look. It's like Coledoesnails.jena.site. Have a look at the website. It's beautiful. I really love like the colors that you
Oh,
bring in, like how you, yeah, how you showcase your work. I think it
thank you.
that also helps, right? It really makes it stand out.
Yeah, yeah,
And that also
absolutely.
drives a lot of traffic, I would say.
Yes, I agree. I do
No,
agree. Yes.
awesome. I mean, thank you for the nice words. This is very nice to hear. And I noticed you have a bit of a new brand. So
Yeah.
what's happening? What's next? What's going on?
I don't know. I just thought I wanted something that was bit more me, because I made the first one and I loved the first one, but it was just like a very average pattern that I just got off. I can't remember where I got it from. But it had a few colours in it, so I was like, oh, it's like a pretty thing. Then I thought, no, I wanted something a bit more that was on my brand and how I wanted to showcase my new location. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just kind of rebranded, and I think because I'm learning to be an educator as well, so I wanted to
Ah.
make it a bit more professional on when I'm doing courses or one-to-one teachings. Like it would be something that they would recognize, and possibly on like merch. I don't know.
I mean, I could definitely see it on merch, like
Yeah.
100%. It looks great. Like I would buy it.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, well,
Oh, 100%.
I have so many different avenues that I'd want to go down. And I don't think I think the brand at the minute is very fitting, but who knows, I might change it again. I'm just very much like, I'm always constantly changing, and yeah, I can't keep one thing for too long.
Yeah, I really like that. I think that's so good. Like always being in motion. That
Yeah,
also helps the business, helps it stay fresh.
definitely,
Mm.
definitely.
And I would definitely say the pattern that you had first was not average. It was really nice. It was great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a good
Fantastic. Great.
start.
I mean, what would you say to someone like, because we have a lot of people listening who are like solo business owners or want to become solo business owners. So if you were to give like one piece of advice to someone who's thinking or looking to start, what would you say?
I would say just, I would literally say just do it. Like you've got nothing to lose at the minute.
Mm,
And I don't think you really ever have anything to lose. It's just, if it doesn't work, it's a lesson. And if it does work, then it's a blessing. So
mm,
I've always thought to myself personally, like, "Oh, I'm just going to do it anyway. Like, even if it fails, I'll just keep doing it. I'll just keep trying. I'll try a different way. Um, and I think just deep down, because I knew I always wanted to do something creative. I think if you know what you are good at, you will pursue it in whatever avenue it
mm,
comes through. Um, and yeah, like I said, if it doesn't work, just change it and just still do it anyway. If that makes sense.
mm. That makes a lot of sense.
Like
I completely agree with that.
it's mainly the self. I think it's mainly the self doubt that puts you off, but it's not. That's not real. Like it doesn't exist.
Mm,
And what does exist is the service that you provide, your the effect that you have on people, which is the real thing, which is what really matters. So yeah, I think that's what counts.
I love it. I really love it. I couldn't
Thank
agree
you.
more. Like I think this is so true. Like it's like just go and do it. Give it a try. I think the way you've done it is actually really smart. Like if you listen to this episode, you've noticed that Nicole started like part-time, right? You said like you did it in the evenings, 1 day a
Yeah.
week, then you ramp up so you kind of minimize the risk because being an entrepreneur is not like about taking uncalculated risks, it's actually to take very calculated risks, and you've done that.
Hmm.
Promote it when you set time aside for your business. It's not working is not just doing nails, it's also promoting it. It's part of the work. So doing all of that,
Yeah.
and then in the end, you only regret what you don't do, not what you do.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So you give it a
And
try, and then you see if it works.
yeah, yeah, and honestly, and if it doesn't, then you just think, well, I'll try again, but in a different way. Like that has been my logic, to be honest. And I've just never stopped, especially when it comes to content. I've never stopped posting, even if it's just a quick 3 second video, even if it's a quote, even if it's not even about nails, if it's about the month. I've put like things to do within that month. Especially around Christmas time, if people are struggling around Christmas time. Um, just things like that that people would relate to. It doesn't have to be about nails. And I think the more relatable you are, and the more comforting that people find your content, that's really the success, I think.
Mm, awesome. Nicole, thank you so much. So you can find Nicole at Coledoesnails on Instagram, coledoesnails.jena.site. That's the website with Jenna. Is there any other place they can find out about you?
Instagram. I have started TikTok, which is cold as
Great.
nails. Still very new to that though. And yeah, I think that's it. Facebook and Instagram.
Amazing. Nicole, thank you so much for your time. I really loved it. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. You too.